Hey, good morning, YouTube. I was just sitting here cleaning my gun, and I figured, being it's been a while since I uploaded a video, I was going to show you this new Gungner Ruger 1022 chassis system. It's like $52 shipping and all, and you get everything you see here. Well, except for this pistol grip. And I'm not going to take it off because I don't have my long Allen wrench that it takes to put that back on. But it comes with your receiver and buttstock chassis, your top receiver Picatinny rail, your barrel double Picatinny rail, isn't that pretty? And also your barrel stabilizer. It only takes 7 screws to put this whole thing together, and you'll notice that 3 of them, see if I can get a good shot on this, are longer than the other 4. And there's a reason for that, and I'll show you throughout this video. Now it comes with a tool also to put this together. It means my hands are so screwed up, I'm going to use my tool set. And this is the exact size, has no play whatsoever. And if you're going to use a different tool set than what they send you, get the exact size. You don't want to strip this hardware out. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I ordered this, they shorted me 1 screw. I sent an email to him, and he shipped one off. He shipped a whole new hardware set to me, and I got it in 3 days. But anyway, let's get started. I'll show you how to do this. Alright, this is your original chassis for your Ruger 1022s. What you want to do is you want to take this barrel strap off. It takes flathead. You just unscrew it, which I already did, and you slide it off. And then you take your main chassis screw, another flathead, you take it out, and you just push the barrel up, and the whole thing comes out. You set that to the side. Then you're going to take this. This is your receiver chassis body. And if you look down in here, whenever they printed these things off, on my model of Ruger 1022, it was a little bit too long on the inside. So what I did is I took my chainsaw file right here, and I filed it down just a little bit so I can get this thing to actually slide in a lot better, and it still locks. And before you do this, sorry, you're going to pull your receiver back and lock it with the receiver lock that's in front of your safety switch. Okay, and also put your safety about midways so nothing really hangs up. Then you're going to put this straight up and down. Put it at an angle, and it's going to be tight. Don't get discouraged though, it'll go in there. It's going to snap in. And that's good. That's what you want. There it goes. Yeah. And it snaps in just like that. Okay. Here's your new center chassis screw. Screw hole, whatever. You want to take one of your longer bolts, one of the 3. Start it with your fingers, make sure it doesn't cross thread. And take your tool, screw it down on there. You don't want to overly tighten it, just make sure that it's seated in there flush. And now, see, it's not going nowhere. It is secured. Next, you're going to take your top Picatinny rail with the tab pointing to the back of the receiver. Make sure your sights are folded down. Some people take them off. Me, I'm not going to go through the trouble to take them off. Okay, and you take one of your shorter screws and go to the back end. And the holes are going to be a little bit tight, which is good though. It's going to hold that screw in there good and tight and keep everything aligned. That's what you want. and just screw it down. And always use hand tools when you're working on your firearms. Do not use a drill. All right, next, take your barrel rails. See that screw hole? It goes this way. And there's a little notch underneath there that this is going to slide into, just like that, and lock. See, perfectly lined up. That's what you want. And you're going to take the other shorter screws. I like standing my gun straight up and down. Get it started. Can you see that? I like to kind of push down on the barrel rails as I'm screwing it in. It'll just kind of help it along. And tight. You look on the side, there's 2 more screw holes. Start it with your fingers. Make sure it ain't cross-threading. Again, I like to push down on the barrel rails as I'm screwing it in. And you'll see this screw will seat flush with this chassis. See there? And do the other side. Now, if you guys want to see a complete breakdown of the Ruger 1022 for cleaning purposes, let me know down there in the comments. And next time I throw 200 rounds through this gun, I'll be more than happy to upload a video on how to break this gun completely down. Okay, next, you're going to take your barrel stabilizer. See how it is? This little notch right here is going to go to the bottom. And what you're going to do is you're going to snap it on there, just like that. And you're going to lower it down until them 2 holes line up. You'll see the threads come down. There's the threads. And this is where the other 2 longer screws come into play. One there. One there. Screw them down. Flush. Screw this one down. Screwed in flush. Perfect. Completely stable. It does not move, bend, warp, or anything. Now, remember, this is all you get for $50. But it's a really good buy because now you can put all kinds of attachments on your 1022 and make it a lot more tactical and useful than what it used to be, like your grandfather's gun. I do like the wood stocks, don't get me wrong, but I also like attachments. Now, what I did, I went to Optics Planet. Like I said before, I'll put a link down there in the description for you. And I got this nice little buttstock for, I think this was like 12 bucks or something. Real cheap. But you see, this is a 5-positioning buttstock. Right here. There you go. Can you see that? There you go. Alright, cool. Yeah, it supports a 5 positions. And all you do is you slide it down, and you may have to calibrate it with this. You push this button, and it's locked in place. And now, you know, depending on what your arm length is, you can position this gun to fit you personally. The pistol grip, I also got off Optics Planet. There's a hex screw that goes in here. I really should take this off to show you, but you have to have an Allen wrench as at least this long, and it's just simple 1 bolt, and it screws up into the bottom part of your trigger mechanism. Alright. Beautiful thing about this thing is it fits any AR-15 attachment. Okay, and I got this U UQ scope. It's a 100-yard fixed scope. It also has mil dots. Let's see if we can look through it and actually see something. I don't have all the best equipment. Yeah, I can't really see it from there.
Kind of, sort of.
But it has light up crosshairs. I have red, green, and blue light up crosshairs. And I personally like the red better because at like dusk you can see beyond your crosshairs a little bit better. And it also has these iron sights on the top of it, which this is the first scope that I've owned like this. But it used to have a fiber optic right here, a neon green. Well, I didn't like that because I couldn't see beyond the neon green dot, see what I'm actually shooting at, you know, so it's pretty hard to pick a squirrel off from 50 to 100 yards. So what I did is I took that optic out and I took just my chainsaw file and I filed those down flush and level. And now I can see straight through and see what I'm actually shooting at, which is very important. And all you do with this is you unscrew these mounting bolts, pick to any rail attachment thing, goes right there. Some people likes their scope on the very front of their receiver. Me, I kind of like it just outside of the center part. You just tighten them down, finger tight, go back and forth till it quits turning.